Hello everybody, this is Diane. I'm working on one of the Christmas journals. I did some work on it yesterday, and I did some work on it today, and I'm going to continue that. I haven't done any filming because, they're digging up the road right in front of my house because there's a leak in the water pipes, I guess. They just repaved the road, and now they're digging that up. So, they shut off my water without telling me they were going to this morning. So, yeah, not happy about that. But anyway, I'm just working in my room. And anyway, it was really noisy out front, so I didn't want to do any filming. But they're still out there. But we're gonna make a video today. So this obviously is the Story of Christmas journal. I have buried the cover somewhere, but you saw it's a little golden book, Story of Christmas, or the Christmas Story, something like that. So I took these really pretty, well, it was one piece of paper that someone sent me in a Happy Mail with this gold. It's very, very shiny. And I made a pocket out of it and took a Mrs. Cog image from the Nativity, is the name of that set, and some linen, and this is one of the wooden stars that I painted gold. I was going to put it down here. This is where I usually like to accent things, but then I thought, well, if it's the star, it would be right over the place where Jesus lay, just like the Bible said. And this is the paper. It's got some gold writing on it. Good tidings, peace, Merry Christmas. And I don't know if this is going to stay in there, but this is just a rose gold metallic piece that I put in the pocket, so I'm not sure if that's going to stay. I put lace on the fronts. At least in the first signature, I prepared the golden book pages in the way that I do. And I don't think I did that in the third signature. The second signature does not have any golden book pages in it. And I collaged some pockets with blue cardstock. So this is tissue paper here, mulberry paper, some gold foil, and a Christmas carol. So I made 3 of those pockets with different configurations of those elements. And this is a tag that I colored with oxide ink for the background. It's got blue and yellow oxide inks. And then I embossed this frame piece with gold and then stamped this in the middle. And there are there are 3 pieces that go with this stamp set. Well, there's 4 because there's the frame, and then there are 3 pieces to stamp inside. You could make a triptych with it, but I just made 3 tags, so there's one of them. And then I had a few of these gold little sacks, and I put it on. There's a little tiny bug flying around here. I had 3 of these little gold sacks. They have, one's dotted, one is striped, but I thought they would be nice in here, so I just again stamped this and embossed it with gold, baby Jesus, and you can put something behind it and something inside, so I'll work on that. There is a card that came in the sack. I don't know if that's what I will leave in there. There's a gold doily. There's a leftover page that I printed last year, and I think that's Tsunami Rose. It's printed on parchment. There's a greeting card. And I have one more pocket, 2 more pockets. So this is a piece of tracing paper, or vellum. It's a piece of vellum that I cut to size and then painted with gold paint. This is what it looked like when I'm done painting it. But of course I stretched it out and sewed it down. I added this star trim, and this is another piece that I stamped and embossed, and I put some silver paint around the edges. And then this is it was a wired ribbon. I think, did I pull the wire? I didn't pull the wire out of this one. The subsequent ones I did pull the wire out of. And I just added a couple doilies. This is actually a gold doily from this. Somebody sent this to me too. If I can pick it up. There we go. So that's where I'm at. That's the first signature, and I'm going to continue some of this work for the other two signatures. I already sewed the other two tags, so there we have the 3 wise men and an angel. And these are the other 2 pockets that I collaged. And this one I could only make 2 pockets with this piece, and the same person sent me this piece with the gold stripes on it, so I made that pocket. So let's work on this one. I'm going to sew pockets to these, to both front and back of that piece of paper. The first one will be this. So I'm just going to sew this on. I have these pieces of lace here so I can make some flips. Like instead of fabric flips, there'll be lace flips, and I don't know if there will be fabric included or not. I'm not sure if this tag will stay in that pocket either. I might move it around. And then for this, I'm gonna have to straighten that piece of vellum out. Where did my stars go? Instead of stars, I think I'll add this gold trim. So it's a little tricky because it wants to crinkle up, but we can do it. Stick it in there and put the needle down. I don't need to back stitch because I'm going to sew over it when I sew the pocket on to the page. Okay, so that helps a little. That looks pretty, but we're not done with it yet. I have to decorate the pocket a little more. I'm going to sew this piece of this corner that wants to fold up. I'm just going to sew it. I gotta get my glue. And I'm going to glue. Where'd my pieces go? Oh, here they are. So I did something different for each of the vellum pockets, all with embossing powder. So I stamped the scripture verse For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And that will go on one. The other one had like a starry snowflake look, and then this is just a little star that I embossed in silver. And I did 5 of them and cut them all out. And I don't know if I will use 3 or 5, but I wanted to have them ready. And all I need to do now is get my glue. So I'm going to figure out how many I want on here. I think just 3. Maybe I can use those other 2 for something else. I didn't have a plan for what I was going to do with all of these pieces. I just got out my stamps and got out some papers that I thought would be nice and just started making stuff. And then thought I should get out my pages and try to figure out where I would put things. There. And I did print the Mrs. Coggs Nativity. 4 pages of cards like this. So I'll have cards that I can stick in addition to whatever cards I make, cards and tags. This goes here, right? And did I have something else? One of these bags. Let's see where I put the bag in the other one. This signature is different from the other 2 because it doesn't have the Golden Book pages in it. So I can put this little sack wherever I feel like it. Put it right there. Oh, glad I dropped it glue side up. This one, I didn't do the Golden Book, what I would do for the Golden Books yet. So I can show you what I will do. So this is page 4. It's the 4th signature, and it includes that page also, which will have pages in between. But to make it fit in the book, because the folding part, the spine part is gone, I fold this over, and it was Gail that came up with this way to put in Golden Books, or pages. So I folded this over, and then I still trim off a little bit, and I trim off either the top or the bottom or both, because I don't like the pages to go right up to the edge of the cover. That's just me. So it opens up right there, and I want to close that. So I'm going to just put some glue right in here. And then this will go in here, right? So you make sure you put pages in between the Golden Book pages. You don't want to put them like this, because then the story would be out of order. You want to put them like that, and then you have the next signature here, and then the next signature here. There are, not signature, folio. One spread of pages is a folio. There are 6 folios in each Golden Book of the newer ones. The really, really old ones have more. So I put 3 in the first signature and 3 in the third signature, and the second one, the middle one, doesn't have any. So when you get to here, you have this little flap, and you have to do something with that. You don't want it just hanging out there. So I take my cutoff pages. I'm getting one. I didn't know I was going to do this demonstration in this video. I think I'll use the red one for this. And I'm going to cut that to the right height. That looks good. Actually, I'm going to do it on the very first one because no, the second one, because that's where I want to put this sack. That's why I'm doing this. Just want to get the sack glued down. So I would normally do these in order so I don't get myself mixed up. So if I did it this way for all 3 signatures, then all 3 of the extra flaps would be in the back half of the signature. So for the second one, the middle one, I fold the flap to the front, and so we have a flap on the first half of the signature. I hope that makes sense. So I can glue it here behind it, or I can glue it here. And I'm going to glue it this way. So this gives you bonus pages, little tip-in pages, if you will. And I can put another piece of paper here to form a pocket, or I can just cover that with decorative paper or washi tape. And I think I'm just going to cover it with a strip of this paper. And the other 2 pieces in this signature will have pockets. So this won't have any purpose except to cover that fold of the book. It's just decorative, and this can be used for writing or gluing ephemera or whatnot. You could use washi tape, but it would have to be wide washi tape because it's a little bit wide. Can you see how wide that is? This paper is wider than it needs to be. Now I have my flap and I can glue this to it, which is what I wanted to do. If I had had that planned out better, it would have gone more smoothly and not been confusing. I hope it wasn't confusing. So I want to make sure the pages go in between these 2 pages, not here. Now I can put my pockets on this page. I'll stick that in there for now. And I will put the stars on this one again. Let's get this crumpled up piece of paper sewn down and straightened out. Back to straight stitch. Whoop, put the foot down. Okay, now, oh, this. I'll just put it in the middle. It did take quite a lot of time today to prepare all these pieces with the paints and the embossing powders and stuff like that, collaging. Okay, I'm going to do another row of stitching closer to the edge because these edges want to curl. I hope I get my water back on for the weekend. I mean, I have a pitcher in my refrigerator and a Brita pitcher on my counter because I don't like to drink cold water in the morning. And I just keep a pitcher on my counter of filtered water, and then I use the Brita pitcher to fill a pitcher to put in my refrigerator. And both of those pitchers were almost empty because I didn't realize that I wasn't going to have water today. I do have bottled water that I can drink, but I don't have water to wash my hands or wash my dishes or anything else. Oh well, no more talking about that. That looks better with the edges sewn down. I think the other one I did sew closer to the edge. Don't remember where this was, but I'll stick it right there for now. What else? Oh, I wanted to do this. Let's make a few fabric flips if we can, or lace flips. So I've got blues and yellows and of course lace, and I have this piece of tablecloth that has gold stars on it. This is a very vintage tablecloth, and I don't have much of it left because I've been using it in Christmas journals for a few years. So let's just see what we come up with. This is like a fabric lace. Yeah, it's a piece of fabric that's lace, so I can cut that and then maybe add something on top of it. I made a bunch of fabric flips the other night when I was watching TV. I pinned them together and then sewed them, but none of these are appropriate for the journal that I'm making right now. I figured I would put some Christmas fabric flips in my shop, so I made a lot more than I needed, and I'll probably make more. Tip of my scissors keeps getting caught by the lace. Just evening up some edges. This blue is pretty. Oh, that's pretty wide. Why not? I have this gold lace that I got from Hobby Lobby. That would be lovely. And I want something else. I think I just got this in a Happy Mail recently, this piece of lace. I can be grateful that I am not the one who did all the work of paving the road and then have to come back and dig it all up to find and fix the water leak. I can be grateful for that. Put this off to the side. Gonna make it a little shorter, I think. I don't want it to be the same length as that blue piece. That looks lovely. I'm going to sew this piece down because there's really not enough of it to sew across the top. So it'll be kind of like an applique there. Sorry for bumping the camera. Trying to find a suitable page for the fabric flip. I don't think I glued these or sewed these pockets down. Did I? No. I cut them to the right size, and I'm going to glue them or sew them. I don't remember which I wanted to do now, but I didn't do that yet. Alright, one thing at a time. Focus, Diane. I am really having trouble focusing lately. Let's just put it right there. And you can flip it up and right under it. I'm not reserving any of the Christmas journals. I don't think I'll be doing any reserving of journals anymore. Just like I don't reserve my flea market items anymore. I know I had stopped reserving journals for a while, and then I started reserving some but not all, and I think it's just too confusing, so I'm just not going to reserve any. There, that looks pretty. It's got the white, it's like a curtain. Oh, I can't lift it up because I sewed this down, but you can see that there, that white curtain type material, and then pale blue lace fabric, or wide lace, this little piece of embroidered lace, and the gold trim at the top. It looks pretty. We'll make one for this page, and then I'll probably have to stop the video. Let's start with this pale blue lace, which is not the same as that other. This is a fabric piece, fabric lace, and it's pretty crooked, so I have to try to cut that evenly. I'm just cutting along the fold because that's easy to do. If I can follow the pattern of the lace, the flowers, and cut in the same spot of the flowers all the way up, I try to anyway. Here's another fold line that looks like it's pretty even. Looks like it's about right where I need it. Maybe it's a little wider than I want. Put some of the yellow with it, maybe. This is such a pretty color of yellow. It's cut in a triangle. I think somebody sent this to me. I'm pretty sure I didn't buy it. But it's a triangle shape, which is interesting. I think I want a smaller piece of white lace so I don't cover up so much of the yellow flowers. And there's the second lace flip. Didn't go in this book. Goes in this one. This is that pretty Christmas wrapping paper that Wanda gave me at the Tayuga Downs flea market. She gave it to me for free because she would have just thrown it away. All right, we're coming along now. Feel like we're making progress. Let me just show you with this one. Maybe I can clarify what I was saying about the Golden Book pages if I was too confusing. So this is the first signature. It has the first, second, and third folio pages of the Golden Book. So I just cut them to size, trimmed them. They still have their numbers on them in pencil, just in case I, pull things apart and to decorate them and then forget where they go. But once the book is put together, I can erase those pencil marks. So the first one, I took the paper and folded it like I showed you. And so this is the little flap that was folded. And I glued this gray paper cardstock to it. And then it's got the snowflakes on the other side. And I cut this shorter to be a pocket and put a little thumb notch there and covered up the piece of paper with that, the book page. So that's one flap, and it is in the back half of the signature, so it's back there. So then I took the second folio page that will be in this signature, and I turned the flap to the front so that the extra page goes in the front part of the signature. And I just put washi tape down there, so this can be used for journaling. And then on the third one, I again put the flap to the back and added a pocket. So I hope that that clarifies things for you. So that was there. And if not, I'm sorry. I'm trying. So I'm going to stop the video for now, and I'm going to keep working on these and see how far I get today. thanks for watching, and I'm just doing one Christmas journal at a time because they're all so different. The other book, the next one is going to be a little golden book also, so I might follow the same pattern, but it's very, very different in feel. I'm not using any of these kinds of laces and golds and things like that. So it's just too confusing to try to do things that are so different together simultaneously. So I'm just doing one at a time. I may wait until I have both golden books finished to get them listed in the shop though. So anyway, I did add the gold star to the top of each of these because it's indicating where the Messiah is, as the wise men were searching. And here are the wise men. They found him. They followed the star and they found him. Oh, this one has the wise men too. All right, I gotta stop rambling and let you go. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.